Alrighty, we've got the melamine to make the form. We're going to cut this up now, put the sides on, and then start filling it with the order you see back there on the table. So let's get started cutting this up.
Alright, for starters we are marking the depth of the whole tabletop. I'm going to cut off the long side of the board first, which will give me my final depth for the countertop. To do that, I just clamp the wood on, making sure to measure away from the blade from my cut point. So now I'm cutting the short sides. This will be the sides that actually go along the edge of the form. So here I'm cutting off the edge of the table. This gives me the final width for the countertop. And you can see here now I'm marking out the inside part of the table. This is where the griddle itself will sit. So in a short second here you'll see me cut out that center section and I'll be left with the U shape for the countertop. To make this cut, I first started with the back of the opening, and I did a plunge cut with the skill saw. I made sure whenever I screwed through the form that I screwed through in areas where I wasn't going to actually be pouring concrete. You'll see I finished up the cuts with a sawzall. So here you can see I'm making the cuts along the side of the opening. So with that, the centerpiece can now come out once I clean it up with the sawzall. Plunge cuts, because it's cutting around a circular blade, it doesn't go right up to the edge, so you usually need something to finish the cut. I didn't have a jigsaw on hand, so I just used my sawzall. So now I'm actually going to cut up the long side of the form, which is the back of the form. To do that, I'm just again measuring off, making sure to think about the thickness of the blade, and then I slice down the side there, and I've got the back piece. Here you can see I'm screwing in all the sides for the form. I pre-drill my holes, and then I follow it up with a sheetrock type screw. And as you can tell, here's the finished product. Some of the corners aren't perfect, but we'll be able to fix that with caulk when we go to caulk the seams. I have a little bit of a notch there where I missed with the saw, and I also didn't cut my boards to full length, so but that'll all be okay when I go and fill it in with caulk and we pour the concrete.
Alrighty, so as you can tell, we just got done building the box for the form to pour the concrete for the countertop. That's going to be it for this video. In the next video, we're going to prepare the mold for the concrete, and then we're going to also mix up the concrete and pour it in there. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.